Everyone, welcome.
Morning.
We do have a quorum. All three commissioners are present. Dr. Pollack, would you like to lead us in the flag salute? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. No public comment at this time.
I make a motion to approve three notice items, beginning with Resolution 20-006 through 20-008.
Second.
Are we, who is it?
Where's Josh?
Josh.
Josh? He's still in there. Okay.
Maybe we can go ahead with
Yeah.
Lee and.
Lee, you want to proceed? Not working.
She's going to push it down. There.
There.
You're on.
Yes.
Lee Napier, Director
There
of
it
Community Development, speaking on the next agenda item, which is Resolution 20-007. So this is a notice of public hearing and proposed action to renew the moratorium. And this moratorium is upon certain lands within the rural and resource lands of Lewis County. So we'll be likely extending this moratorium. February 3rd is, I believe, the hearing date. And then at the last Monday meeting in February, the board will be hearing about the code changes related to this moratorium. Any questions?
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Lee.
There we go. He's back.
My apologies. Good morning, Commissioners. Josh Metcalf, Public Works Director, speaking on Resolution 20-006. This is approving a call for bids for an under-bridge inspection platform for Public Works maintenance practices. The bids will be back to the board by February 4th. This is part of our FEMA alternative projects funding. Any questions?
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, JP.
JP.
Good morning, Commissioners. JP Anderson, Director of Public Health and Social Services. Here to talk about Ordinance Number 1316. This is in accord with the motion made in October to accept the funds available to us by the state of Washington to develop affordable and supportive housing. This is not connected to any specific project, but there's a time requirement as far when we let people know that we're interested in doing that. We learned from the Department of Commerce and from the Department of Revenue that this was the step we needed to take to create an ordinance. This will allow us to keep those local sales tax dollars, percentage of them locally, and use them for local projects as yet to be defined yet.
And this was a result, as you say, Department of Revenue. And because WASAC, Washington State Association of Counties, no one was aware of this next step.
This step around the
Kind
ordinance,
of caught
yeah,
us by surprise.
it
But
did.
thank goodness, some eagle eyes and people found
Yeah.
that we needed to do it. So thank
Yep.
you for following up on that.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, JP.
Okay, a motion has been made, second, to approve three notice items, starting with Resolution 20-006 and ending with 20-008. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Thank you.
I move that we approve consent items, Resolution 20-009, as well as the minutes of January 6th.
Good morning, Commissioner. Suzette Smith, Chief Accountant, Auditor's Office, here to present to you Resolution Number 20-009. This is the approval of claims against the various county departments and these are against the 2019 and 2020 appropriations or budgets. First, we note the following series as a skip in sequence. These warrants are issued on behalf of our special purpose districts, 823-802 through 823-814. Issued on behalf of Lewis County were warrants number 823-815 through 824-109, and direct disbursements numbered 1453, 1516 through 1518, 1548, 1549, 1560, 1575, 1577, 1579 through 1581, 1589, 1590, 1594, 1601, 1628, 1629, 1635, 1636, 1637, 1639, 1640, 1648, 1651 through 1657, 1658, 1664 through 1667, 1670, 1706, 1713, 1715. They are not sequential because in between some of those are direct disbursements that are issued by the treasurer's office, and they are responsible for notifying you of those direct disbursements. So we had 335 direct disbursements for a total of $465.78.16. In all of those numbers, any questions?
What a mouthful.
All
Yes.
right, thank
I
you.
want to thank you for all the work your staff's doing right now, closing out the old year and beginning the new year. It's a very
And we
hectic
s-
time.
Thank you. They're
Yes.
doing awesome. We have a few casuals, and we still have 2 that are on family medical leave. So the great group down there, doing very well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Suzette.
And we'll have a quiz for our audience later.
Yes. Where's the skip in sequence? Yeah.
Okay, motion is made second to approve one consent item 20-009 and also the approval of January 6, 2020 business meeting. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Thank you.
I make a motion to approve 16 deliberation items, beginning with Resolution 20-010 through 20-025.
Second?
Good morning, Lee Napier, Director of Community Development, speaking on the first 3 deliberation items. The first item is Resolution 20-010. This is an amendment between Lewis County acting as the fiscal agent for the Flood Authority and RCO, the Resource Conservation Office. Amendment number 12 is a time extension, which extends the time period for work for the Flood Authority through June 30th of 2021, and amendment number 13 increases the budget amount. So both of these items are in line with what the Flood Authority had recommended to Lewis County to implement back in May of last year. So the Flood Authority is now fully funded.
Thank you for all the work you did on
Thank you
that.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then the next item, Resolution 20-11. This is approval of a supplemental agreement with Scott Betcher, SBGH Partners. So he is the project manager for the Flood Authority. So this particular contract not only extends the length of his contract to be in line with the RCO contract, so June 30th of 2021, but also fully funds his contract to match the recommendation of the Flood authorities.
And Scott Betcher is a star. He really helps us a lot with a lot of the paperwork and analysis that we need to move forward.
I agree. He
Very
does know what I need
Yes.
before I tell him. And even sometimes when I'm not very good at telling him, he still knows what I need. And then the next item is another supplemental agreement. So this is a supplemental agreement between Lewis County representing the Flood Authority and the Flood Authority's project of the early warning system. So this particular amendment is an annual amendment that we have with West, and it relates to the ongoing operations and maintenance of the early flood warning system.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lee.
Josh Metcalf, Public Works Director, Resolution 20-013. This is listing the bids and awarding the contract for the 2023 debris removal project at solid waste. This is for our chipping of all yard waste materials. We received 3 bids. The apparent low bidder is T-Jags Trucking out of Rochester with a low bid of $20,211.76. We received 3 bids for this new contract. So
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Josh.
thank you, Josh.
Morning, Commissioners. Steve Walton, Central Services Director, speaking to item number, resolution number rather, 20-014, approve an agreement and its amendments between Lewis County and Darris McDaniel regarding the proposed purchase of properties located in the 100 block of Northwest Chehalis Avenue and the 400 block of Northwest North Street in Chehalis. This agreement is for the purchase of subject property in the amount of $1,493,800 plus the associated escrow fees. Once approved and signed by the county, the escrow process will continue with Lewis County title and proceed towards closing under the terms of the agreement. Closing will occur no later than January 15th, which is this Wednesday. This purchase is covered by capital funds and does not impact the general fund. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Delane Coleman from HR. I will be speaking to the next 11 items.
Yes.
The first
Busy
20,
morning.
I'm sorry,
Busy morning.
busy morning. The first 20-015, adjust step dates for non-represented employees effective January 1, 20. This resolution approves the adjustment of step dates for those hired between the 1st and the 15th of the month to be recognized on the 1st of the month, and those hired between the 16th to the end of the month to be recognized on the 16th of the month for step date increase considerations. The next is 20-016, which adjustment is a resolution to adjust the vacation accrual rates for non-represented employees effective 1/1/20. This
Ju-
resolution, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to, on this particular one, this was just to clean up some stuff in that,
Correct.
wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
We
Tell us a
are
little bit
getting
about
rid
that.
of the 0.33, 0.66s, and replacing them with the zeros and halves, and then extends it to 17 hours total max accumulation. 20-017, set medical insurance premium contribution rates for non-represented employees effective 1/1/20. This resolution approves a $25 per month per plan increase in employer contribution to the health and welfare of non-represented and specific elected officials. 20-018, adjust salaries for non-represented employees effective 1/1/20. This resolution approves a 2% COLA, a cost of living adjustment, to the existing 2019 salary grid for non-represented employees. 20-019 through 20-025 are approving collective bargaining agreements between Lewis County and the following represented groups: the Sheriff Support Services Guild, 20-019, Teamsters 252 representing the Supervisors Group, 20-020, Teamsters 252 representing the Juvenile Detention Group, 20-021, Teamsters 252 representing Juvenile Probation Group, 20-022, Teamsters 252 representing the Combined Group representing Budget, Central Services, Public Works, Public Health and Social Service, and Information Technology and Community Development, 20-023, and the Prosecutors Clerical Group, 20-024, and AFSCME, the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, representing the Community Development and Public Works Employees, 20-025. Each of the collective bargaining agreements are 3-year contracts, which date January 1, 20 through December 31st, 2022. The groups will each receive a 2%, 2.25%, and 3% COLA respectively for each contract year. Each group will receive an additional $25 per month per plan increase in employer contribution toward health and welfare. There will be a contract opener for years 2021 and 2022 for health and welfare only. Each group will receive an adjustment in step dates and vacation accrual rates. Some contracts received an increase to boot allowance and CDL exam reimbursements and stipends. Further, language for new laws have been incorporated, such as a Washington sick leave, Washington state paid and family medical leave, memberships and security, and other housekeeping. Any questions?
Thank you for all of your
Yes,
hard work on
yes,
this. We
thank
do
you.
You
appreciate
and
it. You
Steve
and
Walton.
Steve, yeah. We
Yes.
thank you so much for
Yeah.
all of that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Daylin, when did we start these negotiations?
Truly in the fall.
Collectively. Okay.
September would probably be a good time. September,
So,
Yeah.
thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you very much. And thanks to the bargaining groups too. Okay, a motion is made and second to approve 16 deliberation items, starting with 20-1010, ending with 20-025. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Thank you. Announcements. I'll start out. I've got one. We attended a fundraiser last night, or excuse me, this past Saturday night. And it was for a fundraiser to help the GED students up at Centralia College East. And Stationary Stones played, and it's a local group there, three guys. They did an awesome job. And I believe they raised a total of $1,200, which, $1,200 doesn't sound like a huge amount, but each one of those tests are about, and again, I apologize, I don't have the exact number, but about $40 a piece, and you have to take 4 of them. And so you start doing the math on that. That is going to help a lot of students out. So, and you can always continue to donate too. It's a great cause, and we think of. Sometimes I think that we forget, and there are a lot of people that have difficulties, and we want everyone to improve themselves. And it's just a great, great program, and I want to thank everyone. I know that we had Dr. Moorbacher was there, along with Christine Fawcett, and so it was really a lot of fun. It was a great night, and they played for a couple hours, and again, we had some good discussion afterwards, and pizza before, so it was a lot of fun. So thank everyone for being there and continue to support those programs. I know Lewis County has a big heart, and our citizens are very, very well aware. So thank you.
Well, guess what starts today? Legislature.
I was trying to forget
Yes.
that.
Now, Ruth Peterson put a Facebook post and said, legislative session is opening and hang on to your wallet. So we'll see how things go. It's a short session. And if any of you want to know more about the legislature and listen to their hearings, if you get onto TVW, you can watch it in Centroy. It's like Channel 23, or you can go to their website and listen to some of the hearings, watch some of the things that are going on in terms of their priorities. They've had some real meaty things, talking with the media about some of the expectations that they have for this session, a short session. And it's really good to keep the pulse on, because things are going to be happening very quickly. So this year, the legislators themselves are subject to public disclosure. Not the legislature as a whole, but the offices. So that'll be an interesting time for them, as we know, public disclosure and being as transparent as can be. So it'll be nice to have them doing the same things that we need to do.
Well, this week I spent some time in PL. A lot of issues with their water up there. They had an event over the Christmas holidays and had to declare an emergency. And then once that passed, we had a lot of rain last week and more clogging at the intake. I was up there Tuesday, and I was also up there Friday, spending some time up there as their water guy took me up to the water plant, gave me a tour, and they had some real issues up there. But I want to say thank you to Josh Metcalf and our public works staff, because those guys got up early on Friday, went up there, met with the mayor, got to work on the situation up there. They had to bring in a pump from Portland, Oregon, to drop it into one of the other creeks so they'd have some additional water. Got that set up. I did see where the pump was set up, and it was a monster. It was a big, big pump. But once they got everything back online, because their water had actually dropped down to very, very close to fire suppression. But we got a notice last night that they got the tank back full. By the time I left there on Friday, they were already up to 22 and a half feet. So Josh, man, thank you, because Josh was available for my phone calls, for Lonnie's phone calls, and we also are working on something else, because the road that leads down to their dam is literally no road at all.
It isn't.
And it's in the same location as where the future water retention system is going to be. And so I did have a quick conversation with Eric Lease from Weyerhaeuser on Friday, and we're pulling together a meeting to see if we can get them to jump on board with us to perhaps do something with that road and make it a little bit easier for the folks out in PL to get back and forth down to the dam. So thank you, Josh. Thank you and your staff for all that you did to help those folks out there, and wound up being a good weekend for everybody. So that's all I have.
I was going to add, last week was the Office of the Chehalis Basin meeting, and one big takeaway is that the Spring Chinook, the spawning grounds, the new Wacom, is the primary source. And that's a lot of responsibility when you think about this potentially endangered species that could happen if we don't have more spring Chinook. The Skookumchuck is there too, but not quite as much as the new Wacom. So it's very important for the future of that fish, for us as the Office of Chehalis Basin to talk about what we can do there and meet with homeowners and landowners there. And in the future, they're hoping to have a meeting with the Unalaska Alliance folks, that they could put the Alliance, the Conservation District, and invite all of the landowners on the new Wacom to talk about the various issues. And one other item, which happened the week before last, was we three commissioners went to the ribbon cutting at the Port of Chehalis of the new Ed Pemberl building. And it was very nice to see this new building and to see that all the community support for that, 09 money was into that, and so was the TransAlta Coal Transition Grant money. And thinking about, here's this beautiful building there at McBride Court, and I think one bay has been leased, and the other two, they have people who are interested in that. So it's very nice to see that kind of economic development continue. And once again, hats off to the Ed Pemberl family. Ed was very instrumental when he was alive to make things happen in the Chehalis area, and it's nice to have his name on that building.
Reva just gave me something, Commissioners, and just to remind everyone, there will be no BOCC meeting this coming Monday in celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The courthouse, I believe, will be closed that day, and so just want to make everybody aware of that.
And I think this coming weekend, there's two big events. The Chaplaincy fundraiser is happening on Saturday night, as well as the Packwood Crab Feed. So it could either be in Packwood or Centralia this weekend.
Okay. Anything else from the press?
Oh, Frank has something.
Frank?
Thank you, County Commissioners. Frank Corbin from Kirkland Road here in Lewis County. After serving on the Citizens Budget Committee recently and attending a number of your meetings, I've decided I'd like to seek on record consideration to be on the Planning Commission during the next opportunity that arises. I've spoken with Mr. Martin, who suggested that I come here and do this, and then also with Lee Napier, if she's still here, not sure. But I have time to devote to this important commission and would really like to throw some support in this effort. I have some experience gained while serving as a city councilor for 3 years in the city of Cascade Locks, Oregon. And I believe that I can bring a positive influence into the planning process and to support this great county, which my wife and I now live. If you have any questions of me, I'd be happy to speak to you at a later date. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Frank.
that.
Very much appreciated. Press, do we have anything from the press? Okay.
Okay. Seeing no further business on our agenda, I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion is made and second to adjourn. We're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.